Zoe, are you getting all your Christmas biscuit orders in? Yeah?
This cat answered her owner so confidently that it really felt like these two friends were just speaking the same language. And only later did people realize that their conversations had actually started at probably the loneliest moment in her life, and it ended in a completely different way than any would have guessed. During the height of quarantine, it got really quiet at home. Emily was working from home, and she suddenly realized she hadn't said a single word all day. So just to break that silence, she started talking to her cat, Zoe. At first, there was just silence in response. Zoe would lie there next to her, listen calmly, just staring straight ahead, not bothered at all. And Emily kept talking anyway, because it kind of felt like the silence weighed on her a little less when she did. But gradually, it became clear that Zoe wasn't just sitting there, she was kind of holding a pause, like a real conversation partner, as if she was waiting to say something back in her own time. So one of those evenings, Zoe just raised her gaze and held that exact pause. And then for the first time, she made this short little sound. It was almost like a to-the-point reply. And Emily, right then, she understood it, this was really a conversation. And from that night on, her brother Zeke started showing up more and more. He was nothing like Zoe. And pretty soon it was obvious how the difference between them just changed the whole atmosphere in the house. Was Zeke around? It was clear their bond wouldn't be simple. He'd come in ready to play, and she'd just meet him with that same calm look, and then their funny little games would begin. So Zeke would speed up along the hallway and just take off over the carpet like a little sprinter. I mean, he'd hit the air with his paws, kind of rush against her side, and then do this little move like it was straight out of karate. And Zoe, well, she's a proper cat. In her entire life, she's never done a single bad thing. So her responses were always kind of minimal. No unnecessary gestures. And honestly, in the beginning, they were really just sort of measuring each other's characters rather than being friends. Then one evening, Zeke sped up again, and Zoe just looked at him with that same kind of bewilderment. And in that pause, you could tell they had their own little language going on. Emily didn't want to miss out on moments like that, so she put her phone up on a shelf and just started recording. And from then on, the camera was always nearby, and those funny moments just kept happening more and more. So it turned out that the camera can translate from cat language. It was enough to just turn on the recording, and it immediately became clear that Zoe really was answering right on point. Now, the recording is always without a script.
Give everyone a hug now? Yeah.
Emily just asks quietly and speaks in this really homey way, and Zoe answers in her own way. She kind of holds a pause, then raises her gaze and gives this little short trill, exactly when it sounds like an answer.
Do you want me to turn the fire on and we can cuddle?
And sometimes Zeke bursts into the frame, does his little punch, and leaves, and then the conversation just goes on its own way again. So Emily's no longer afraid of silence. There are voices in the house again. And at this point, you kind of remember the previous video about the rescued parrot. At first, he also just started talking, but then an unexpected discovery awaited the family about him.